Good morning! Happy Saturday! It's my day off and I am headed to my hairdresser. I haven't cut my hair for a long time. I just trim it on my own. But then I can't do it this time. This is the hairdresser shop and this is my first time to come in here. It's open. So we need also to support those small businesses because they are trying to make money to feed their family. So whenever you get a chance to help them, just help them anyway.
A little bit wispier, not so heavy.
Yeah.
Unless you like that heavy look.
How many inches? Maybe half inch.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it's just come like over our house.
I got some rain earlier in the week, and it was very nice, but it wasn't enough for it to make a big difference.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for some more.
Yeah, it's really helped my garden. I just live by 225 towards
Okay.
Cushing.
Yeah, I have a garden too, and I want it for the garden.
So do you live here?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is business going good?
Yes. It's
Well,
going good.
That's good. Yeah, I'm so proud of that rain. It's just pouring so hard for about 30 minutes.
Well, it was raining enough at my house that it was actually coming off the roof. So, I mean, it was drizzling off the roof really good. So it made it really nice. So do you work?
Yeah, I work,
What do you do?
I'm a secretary at Medical Center Hospital.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you have sometimes maybe patient, I work in second floor. So.
Oh, okay. You've been working there a while?
Yeah, it's been almost 20 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah. That's the easiest job I can get.
Have you always lived in Nacogdoches or Douglas? Or?
Now I'm from Philippines. I
Yeah.
come over here to
Okay.
marry my husband.
Okay. He's an American?
Yes.
Okay.
His last name is Adams.
Adams?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if you know him. There's a lot of people know him here in Douglas. He lives here all his life.
Really? See, I've only lived in Douglas for about 13 years.
13 years.
I hadn't always lived here.
Oh, okay.
I was raised in Nacogdoches myself.
Oh, okay. So you just come here for... How long you been doing hair cutting?
I've been doing it, well, licensed over 15 years.
Oh, okay.
I always knew it. I was going to do hair.
Yeah.
I was one of those children that knew what they wanted to do
Yeah,
at a young age.
Yeah, I agree.
I always knew I was going to do hair. It's just one of those things I've always been real passionate about.
Yeah.
I like making people feel better about themselves and look better.
Yeah.
It's a reward within itself to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always liked working with paper and doing secretarial type stuff.
Yeah.
Bookkeeping and those sort of things too. It all kind of works hand in hand for what I do because I get to do my own stuff. But also, I took office education, and I enjoyed that a lot because it taught me a whole lot of things about structure and organization.
Yeah.
I like art, and art goes into what I do.
Yeah, it is.
Very
Hair cutting
artsy.
is an art. So you do makeup too, or
Hmm?
do you do makeup also?
Well, I like to play with makeup. My daughter's really took the avenue of doing the makeup,
Oh.
and she gets more creative with that. And I like to encourage it. She always told me that that me and her brother was the ones that could do art very well, and she never saw herself as being artsy. And until she started selling cosmetics, and then she's gotten to learn that she's got a niche for it. She's really good at it, but she's never went to school for it.
Yeah.
And she's gifted because she can see something and just do it. And to me, that's a gift.
It is a gift. When I was in Philippines, I want to have a restaurant on my own.
Yeah.
So I went to college to have like a home economics teacher.
Yeah.
But then it changed when I work abroad.
Telling you, it's a whole lot of difference.
Yeah.
My mother was always big on me taking home economics when I was growing up. And that's one thing she wanted her daughters to take. And I'm so glad I did. I wish there was more of that in schools.
Yeah, they
It's
don't
not-
teach nowadays.
And it's very needed. It's very necessary because it's a way of living.
Yeah, and they just teach children for computer, and it's not even.
That's not, I have a sister, she made a very good point to me several years ago, and that's before she ever gave in to having any kind of a smart device. And she says, what I've learned by observing everybody else, because she could remember phone numbers, she could recite a phone number back to you real easily and everything, and didn't have a problem. Everybody else, we're relying on these smartphones to do it all.
Yeah.
She says, what I'm noticed about everybody getting all these devices is that it's making them go back to kindergarten level. It's all about pushing a color or a number, and they don't even use their own brains.
They just, yes. There is a Google now, you just push it, and what is this? Like, it come on.
But it cripples us to the point we're not using our own intelligence.
Yeah.
We're relying on that device to be the intelligence, and we're just using fingers.
So
we don't even use our memory as much anymore. You take your glasses off for me where I can do
Sure.
the things.
So what happened now is they are like all rioting.
I was like, all these real educated people has reverted back to kindergarten level using all these devices. It's quite comical if you think about it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it is quite comical. And it's not exercising our brain at all.
No.
The manual stuff is what does most of the exercising. If that wasn't true, then we wouldn't need gyms. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, man.
It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
But that was just her observation, because she was sitting around paying attention to everybody, and nobody could remember a phone number. We was always asking her what a phone number was, because we couldn't even remember. And then the phone books are not needed as much anymore.
That's what they do to me where I work.
They're always
What is the
asking-
phone number on top of your head? Okay, 3120.
Uh-huh.
So, oh, what's the doctor's number?
See there?
Sometimes it's common sense.
Exactly.
Sometimes
but
they
they
ask-
lose it. They lose the common
They
sense
do,
with these
they do.
devices.
They even ask, what are you going to do with this?
I know. I'm guilty. I've fallen into that with it. And always fussing at technology. I'm like, I just hate this stuff. I don't like it. Some days I like it, but
The reason I'm doing the video is I'm gonna tell my sister what I did and my dad.
Yeah.
Being away from home is it's really hard.
oh, I'm sure.
Just,
Do you go back
homesick.
home ever so often, or
I just went home 2 years ago.
it's
So
expensive to go home?
It
isn't
is. It is. At least I have like about maybe $6,000 to go home.
Oh, see, I've never traveled far off or anything. I had never flown, so
I
I've always
saved
done
up.
road trips. So I can tell you there how much I've done as far as traveling.
I saved that money, and the hospital gave me like every 2 weeks extra 8 hours payment
Oh,
to save it, and then they want us to use it for vacation, and so
Yeah.
that's what I use.
Right. See how nice those flow now? That flow better?
Yeah.
You like that better?
I like it.
Yeah, you need a good heat protectant on your hair if you're going to use hot heat on it.
Okay. I should know better.
It's all right. You're not the first. You won't be the last. I tell that often to people because they don't. I'm going to let you put your glasses back.
Okay.
And you look at it. You can stand up if you want to. That way you can get a better idea if I cut it the way you want it. Can you
Okay.
see? I mean, you can go over to that hair if you need to.
That's good. Looks good. It is.
You like that?
Yes, ma'am.